Have you ever been stuck trying to configure your Spring Data Elasticsearch settings, only to find that nothing seems to work? It can be incredibly frustrating, right? If that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a common issue with settings and mapping configurations in Spring Data Elasticsearch. I totally understand how annoying it is when you follow a tutorial step by step, only to find that your configurations are not being recognized. You're definitely not alone in this struggle. Many developers face similar challenges when working with Elasticsearch and Spring Boot. Let's take a closer look at the specific issue at hand. One user reached out with a question about their embedded Elasticsearch setup in Spring Boot. They followed a tutorial to configure settings and mappings using annotations, but when they tried to curl the mappings, they found that the configurations were not being read. Sound familiar? If so, let's explore this together. So, what could be going wrong here? It seems like the settings and mappings defined in the JSON files are not being applied correctly. This could be due to a variety of reasons, such as incorrect file paths, issues with the Spring configuration, or even problems with the Elasticsearch setup itself. We'll break it down step by step. And make sure to stick around until the end. I have a valuable tip that could help you avoid these issues in the future. To begin troubleshooting the user's issue, we need to ensure that the settings and mappings files are correctly referenced in the index profile class. The user should double-check the paths provided in the annotations. Next, the user should confirm that the settings and mappings files are properly formatted. Any syntax errors in these JSON files could prevent Elasticsearch from reading them correctly. After validating the files, the user should check if the Elasticsearch instance is correctly configured to read these files. This includes ensuring that the embedded Elasticsearch is running and accessible. Finally, the user should test the indexing process to ensure that the data is being indexed correctly. They can do this by checking the Elasticsearch index directly after the batch job runs. Fun fact: did you know that Elasticsearch was originally developed to help with search capabilities for a logging platform? Now, it's one of the most popular search engines out there. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution from another user highlights an important detail. They point out that setting Create Index to false in your configuration prevents the framework from creating the index and mappings. To resolve this issue, you should either remove that setting or change it to true. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution suggests that the settings and mappings JSON structures may not be correct. The user recommends adapting them using reference examples provided in the links. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests creating a settings file for your index mapping. They recommend defining a JSON file that sets the total fields limit for your index. In their example, they use a file named student.doc_setting_index_mapping type overlay adjacency.json to specify that the total fields limit should be 100,000. Additionally, they annotate their document class with the @setting annotation, pointing to this settings file. Here's the tip I promised. Always double-check your file paths and configurations when working with Elasticsearch. A small oversight can lead to big headaches down the line. And there you have it. With these troubleshooting steps, you should be able to resolve your configuration issues. Remember, attention to detail is key when working with Elasticsearch. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.